Good evening. Today, Throwback Thursday. The Jets are throwing it back to not having a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets have agreed to part ways. The Jets rightfully move on from Aaron Rodgers. It's the right move. You might not like it. You might have questions, but it's the right move. Thank you. It's a Thursday night throwdown. Appreciate you being here. I am your host, Nick. We're going to have some mock drafts in a little bit for you. But first, we're going to cover me dying. Just had some cream spinach for dinner. Yes. If you don't believe me, just had some cream spinach for dinner. One of the pieces might be hanging in the back of my throat right now.
And this just in, you can go fuck yourself.
Because I know you were talking.
It's got me.
Gentry covered in football.
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime as Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, so get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky.
Who, me?
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
It is fantastic. And I know I was talking and I accidentally hit the button. Good evening. Welcome to Thursday Night Throwdown. I'm your host, Nick.
When the blitz comes, there's no one to block him.
It's 10 o'clock, get ready for the showdown. 9 toes down, Nick, ready for the throwdown. We proud Jets fans, we don't play with them pronouns. Best roster in the league, we playing with the pros now. They tell us slow down, call us delusional, call us losers as usual. But this season will be beautiful. Shotgun with you know who, but run it instead. Let Hall hit the hole hard.
That's what she said.
Ground and pound like it's 2010. The chat, we got many friends. Johnny wearing hats for super chat and watch him breathe again. Nick put the link so Bobby can call and speak again. Bonesy did the blunt, I got the weed and pens. We speaking green again. Jets news like it's CNN. A-Rod and Charles Gorman, it's like we seeing twins. Feeding 10s, pounding on these bleeding fins. Week 14 and 18 when they needing wins. They ain't seeing them. We run the ball and play defense. This is AFC hell where the teams repent. Ladies and gents, welcome to MetLife. This is Jet Life. We bleed green, this our best life. We just nice.
Let's say what's up to everyone. Dark Soldier's here. Johnny's in the house. Bobby. Mr. Bonesy's out on the prowl. Na-na-na-na. Jaden's here. 3 Siblings is here. Adirondack Fly Guy's in the house. Assist My Suicide is here. All right. I don't know. I freaking pulled the plug out. A whole bunch of shit just went nuts here. But anyway, thank you. Thank you for joining. A big hello wave to everyone in the chat. I appreciate you guys. But today, the New York Jets did what I thought they would do for months. Moved on from Aaron Rodgers. I feel it's the right thing to do. I feel that it was time. They tried. It didn't work out. We all wanted it to work out. 2023 was the year for it to work out. But we know what happened. So it's unfortunate. It will be looked at as a sad period, a disappointing period. just like all the other ones that we've had throughout our history. But we're Jets fans. We'll find a way to be optimistic. We'll find a way to be hopeful. We'll find a way to get ourselves all riled up and amped up for next season. It'll happen. Even the most pessimistic fan will be there and want to believe. It's what we do. It's why we wear these colors. We'll buy into it. We'll see the plan starting to come to life. We'll see the moves that they make. And we'll have hope restored and hope renewed. We don't have any other option. It's what we do. It's a no-brainer. It's a given. Just like the sun coming up and the sun setting, Jets fans getting hope as we get closer to the season always occurs. We go angry. We hit the reset button. We wait a little bit. It's like a breakup. Every year is like the worst breakup of our life, whether it happens 4 plays in or if it happens in February on the 13th. It's always a reset. Our heart hurts. But we'll do what we always do. We'll have our rallying cry. We'll have that moment. We'll have that draft pick. We'll have that free agent signing. And we will believe in our heart of hearts, that's the player. That's the moment. All of this awful bullshit turns. And we start going in the right direction. I think a lot of people are pissed off at Aaron Glenn and Muji. I'm not one of them. I think they got the job. This is one of the reasons they both got the job. Maybe that's the reason. My God, what was his name? Somebody help me. What was the guy that we had, the first GM who was in the building the same night as Glenn left, and then all of a sudden they started doing second interviews again? He was there with Aaron Glenn in the building that first day. Maybe they weren't in unison on this. Maybe he wanted to stay. Somebody help me. I'm waiting for you guys to put the comment in. Newmark. Thank you, Mr. Dave Briga. The great Dave Briga. Him and Glenn were there together. We all thought it was a matter of time. Maybe they weren't in unison with this. And when the Jets locked in on Glenn, they said, we got to find someone who agrees with him. Maybe they didn't want to divide in the organization. It's interesting that he was there. It was rumored to have the job, and all of a sudden he didn't. I am a dumbass host, Nate. I'm going to get dumber in a little bit when I fucking bring you on. So save your insults for in person. Be a man. But Aaron Rodgers, it sucks. It absolutely sucks. I wanted it to work out. You guys, the majority of you were here last summer where I was constantly saying this could be the best roster in the NFL, the best roster we've ever had with individual talent. And we got 5 wins out of it. Fired the coach after 5 weeks. General manager fired in early November. Just didn't make any sense. I'll never ignore you, Nate, because you're my homeboy. But you can be angry with this, but I think after some time, I think you'll see it was the right move. You got to remember something. Glenn and Muji do not give a shit about the last 14 years. They're not fans. Something that I do when I give you my takes, I take the fandom out of it. Of course we want to win. Of course I want to see playoff games. But when you have a new regime, you have to look at it from a different perspective than a fan. They don't care what we've been through. They have a plan to move forward. From the day they're hired, that's day one. It's not day one for us as fans. It's not day one for the guys in the locker room. These guys are brought here because the line in the sand is drawn, and everything that happened before that line has absolutely nothing to do with them. There's no mandate to win in year one without a quarterback on roster yet. Build the structure. Put everything together. And then when you got to go all in and get a quarterback, you can do it. And that guy can come in and succeed. Because what if we kept Rodgers? Let's play that game for a minute. What if we kept Aaron Rodgers? And then there's an injury or two. And we just missed the playoffs. There's going to be people say, run it back at 43. We were that close. No. Stop. Wipe the slate clean. Start your build. Get the money off the books as soon as possible. He was going to take a pay cut. Well, guess what? The Jets do not owe Aaron Rodgers a single dollar. This $49 million that's on the cap is from the pay cut. You still get the cap hit, even though he took the reduction, because you can't just get rid of guaranteed money. Well, this is the comment. I don't know why, but I looked at that, Jeffrey, and hopefully you get your ass wiped clean. So that's where the Jets are. They need a quarterback. They need a right tackle. They need at least 3 wide receivers. In my opinion, they need 3 tight ends because our entire tight end room needs to be replaced. Ruckert, I don't give a fuck. You've done nothing in years. When you do get the ball thrown to you, it's not very exciting to watch. It's you run with cement shoes. That's even if you catch the ball. Nice blocker, but that's it. When I look at the running backs, good. But you need a quarterback. You need 3 wide receivers. You need 3 tight ends. You need a right tackle. You need a backup guard in case Vera Tucker gets hurt again. That's just 9 guys on the offense. Now, let's go to the defense. You need 3 defensive tackles, another edge, multiple linebackers, 2 safeties to start, another cornerback. That's another 9. You need 18 guys who are going to be regular contributors on your team. All right, 17 because the backup guard. You have 17 players that you need to contribute on a regular basis. Oh, and a kicker, back up to 18. You have a lot. It's not a rebuild, but we barely have the framing up of the build. There's a long way to go. There's no sheetrock. There's no plumbing. There's no wiring. There's nothing. We have a couple nice pieces. In a league where you need 45 guys, we got like 7 nice pieces. Garrett Brees, JJ, Sauce, Olu, Tittman, Quincy. Michael Carter makes 8. That's not a lot. We have flash. We have no fucking substance on this team. We have a lot of flash. We have guys who can be the best at their position, but we don't have enough guys to help those guys be the best at their position. Football is a selfless sport. Football takes guys willing to give of themselves to make everyone else around them better. We need more of those guys. Those are just as important as the stat guys. You need a monster offensive lineman that you can run behind. You need tight ends who can block and then get out in space and catch and run. You need a slot. You need an X wide receiver. You need defensive tackles. Go get me the biggest guy. Yes, I'm a size queen. You're probably going to have to replace Sherwood because he's going to get a big offer to go somewhere else in that solid scheme. You need to draft or bring in someone to play opposite of Sauce because Reed will be gone. You need multiple safeties. We're not close with this roster. You know why? Because last year, we went in with 20-something 1-year contracts in an all-in season. Those guys are all going to be gone. There's not many worth bringing it back. you're here watching, 69 of you right now, it always seems to be 69. God bless the 69 committed. Thank you. If all of you hit like right now, we're at the requirement. 69 likes, get the call-in link dropped. If you want to get your comment on air, super chat. We added a new emoji tonight. We hit a new benchmark yesterday. Thank you. It's a new high on this channel. I typed Tom Ace, but it auto-corrected to romance, which is absolutely perfect and absolutely fitting for my relationship with Tom Ace. I didn't know that until I got in the chat here earlier, and in YouTube or StreamYard, it says romance. What the fuck is romance? I look at the picture. I was like, oh, it auto-corrected. So I'm leaving it. It was a great autocorrect. All the times we get burned in life by autocorrect, this time it worked out to be perfect. Jack Skellington with a super chat. Thank you, Jack. Looking forward to Glenn actually coaching on the sidelines, unlike Saleh. We need to see our coach constantly talking to players during the game. Agreed. There was too much this when things were going bad. There's too much of it. You got to sometimes coach. I know we always have great weeks of practice, but there's no reason you can't coach players up during a game. Why is that on? Mute. All right, that was weird. All right. So that's where we're at. And I know it's scary. We're Jets fans. We're petrified. This is supposed to be when we get all our answers in the offseason. And the first move this new regime makes, other than signing a fullback, is something that terrifies us. The unknown. We want to know. I get that. We want the answers. We want the discussion. We want the hope. We're petrified. A large majority of us are petrified. We're not going to have the answers. We're not going to know. We might have to wait a year. You waited 14. What's one more year if it's worth sustainable success? We thought we had that 14 years ago. And it went to shit because we had a general manager in Tannenbaum who was trading away draft pick after draft pick to try to go all in. And then in 12, 13, 14, 15, we had no backups. We had no depth. We had to live in free agency. We had to overpay people to come here. And that's when this whole fucking problem started. What did we do last year? Granted, Douglas didn't give up a lot of picks, but we didn't hit on a lot of mid-round guys. We don't have a lot of depth. Sherwood, Carter. What's everyone else? First-round picks. Second round with Breece Hall. Second round with Tittman. Where's the depth? Where's the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh rounders? They're not here. Leonard Taylor is a walk-on, undrafted. Nice. Eccles is a free agent, big fella. Eccles might not be back. Ashton Davis was a one-year deal. Makes occasional turnovers. Wish Sauce made as many turnovers as Ashton Davis does per play. He'd be the greatest cornerback in the history of the world. He'd have probably 40 interceptions by now if he had a turnover per play ratio that Ashton Davis has. So, I get it. Some of you have a mandate. Some of you are demanding playoffs, division. You just don't get that by demanding it. You got to let a plan formulate. You got to let a plan come to fruition. You got to let these guys execute their vision and do what they were were hired to do. It's not going to be an overnight fix. You don't want an overnight fix. You look at teams that are at the top of the league year in and year out. It was the Seahawks, great at drafting for many years. The 49ers, the Eagles, now the Lions. You got the Chiefs. You got the Texans now, year after year up there. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Buffalo. There's a reason. They got a quarterback, and they draft well. Tampa Bay now even. They recycled Baker Mayfield after bouncing around to 4 teams. Now they're in the playoffs back-to-back years, even winning a playoff game. There are quarterbacks available, and sometimes coaching matters. Not every quarterback is just a plug-and-play guy and can overcome any scheme and any system and just make it better. Sam Darnold in Minnesota. Baker Mayfield in Tampa. Baker Mayfield threw like 45 touchdowns this year. Why can't Justin Fields be that? Why can't Jameis Winston be that? Jake said it earlier. It's always our guys going elsewhere and doing it. Why can't we finally have the coaching staff that brings guys in and they succeed here? Why can't it happen? Jameis Winston likes to put the ball downfield. Turner and Engstrand are going to have a system that designs it to get the ball downfield. Could be the perfect fit. No one's going to expect that, though. No one's going to say it, but it could happen. Tyrod Taylor might be able to manage the game if you build your line, don't have a predictable 25 checks. Everyone knows it's a pass. No checks. It's a run. We all know you're running it. Ha, ha, ha. You didn't fool us, Aaron Rodgers. It was a tell. You know how you lose when you're playing poker? You have a tell. You know how you lose as a quarterback? You have a tell. The 2024 Jets had 5 games with scoring 15 points or less. The 2023 Jets with Zach Wilson and others had 5 games scoring 15 points or less. Can't blame the D on that. Can't blame the kicker on that. That falls on the quarterback and the offense. 5 games make a big difference, right? The great Aaron Rodgers, and we only scored 60 points more than we scored the year before with all of that awful quarterback play. Everyone says 28 touchdowns for Aaron Rodgers, but we barely had any rushing touchdowns. So it was almost a wash from the year before. Good comment. We always say we can't develop QVs, but that is not fair to the new regime coming in. Our track record means nothing. I've said it before. Big fella, if you have dated women in your life that could never cook, doesn't mean the next girl you're going to date can't cook either. So you can't judge the future off of the past. To quote Michael Kay, it's the fallacy of a predetermined outcome. Jets fans are already determining we can't do it because we've never done it. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. Never thought I could walk with 9 toes, but here I am moving around. Pretty fucking good, too. Nate, check your Discord. Jerk. BS Poor, thank you for watching. Thank you for bringing this up. Did you see the report that just broke that the Jets and Rodgers had no ultimatums to Rodgers about anything, and it just didn't work out? I think that's the way. I don't think either one of them wanted to do this. I've said for weeks, if not months, I don't think Rodgers is going to want to learn a new system, and I don't think the coaches were going to want him to learn a new system. Why waste a year of your tenure? Because I know you're sick of hearing the word regime. Why waste a year of your tenure introducing an offense to a guy at 41, 42 years old, and you know he's not the long-term plan? You'd rather get rid of that, free the money up long term, and structure yourselves to succeed. Now, and I have to say this because I've heard this comment and I've seen this comment way too much on Twitter, in chats. If Aaron Rodgers goes somewhere to a team that's built and they make the playoffs, it doesn't mean that he would have made the playoffs here. Everyone got that? Everyone understand that? If he goes to the Vikings, our roster's nowhere near the Vikings. If he goes to the Niners, our roster's nowhere near the Niners. We have a lot of holes. We have nice pieces. Less than 10 on a team that needs 50. We have less than 10 nice pieces. So that's my opening rant. 66 of you here watching. Thank you. Hit the like button. I bring in a guy now. He was supposed to be here last night. He had to work. I respect that. I grind a lot. It's my third job of the day. Didn't even have time to cook. I microwaved myself a cream spinach little tray. His hat looks like dog shit. Some of his takes are going to be that way too, so it's fitting. Let's bring in Nate. Hi, buddy. I missed you.
Wrap it up. How's it going,
Nice.
Nick Shine? I'm
How
well.
you doing, man?
I'm exhausted.
What's your thoughts
I'm good.
on this?
On
We
the
do
Aaron
it.
Rodgers
Now
situation?
that it's official. Yeah, now that it's official, how are you? As a season ticket holder, how do you feel?
I mean, I'm there was two avenues to go about this. It wasn't as black and white as some are making it seem, in my opinion. They chose to go the route that's going to open up a lot more cap room in the future, period. And they probably said to themselves, does Aaron Rodgers in any situation win us a Super Bowl? And if the answer is not yes, then it makes sense to move in. And you know, in my mind, selfishly, I wanted him back because, like you said, as a season ticket holder, like, all right, I want to go see Rodgers one more year and maybe get 9 or 10 years out of it and have some type of memorable whatever run. But
Yeah.
now I'm like, all right, this is more like the Mark Sanchez year, and that's how we got to look at it. Let's whether it's a young guy in the draft or whether they, like you said, get a Jameis Winston there that I'm all about. And like, but there's multiple paths to go about this. You know, like if the Lions didn't get Jared Goff, they'd still be good. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't because they traded for Jared Goff that they had the success they had. There was multiple paths to go which way they went. They went the route that got them more draft picks and a shittier quarterback, or what we thought at the time was, and worked out for them. But it wasn't like they had a good coach, good GM, clearly good OC, and clearly good DC. The Lions were going to win regardless of whether they made that Jared Goff trade. So there's multiple avenues in the NFL and the NBA and any way to win. They went without the guy. Like, you know, we hear people say, oh, he could have got us 8 or 9 wins. Okay, well, so can like I can name you 20 other quarterbacks that can. You know, we could Geno Smith can get you 8 or 9 wins. Like if Sam Darnold doesn't come back to the Vikings, right? Are they a 4-win team?
If Zach Wilson, Mike White, Joe Flacco can get you 7, if Trevor Siemian, Tim Boyle, and Zach Wilson can get you 7, not a very big fence to hop.
Yeah, Rodgers is not the difference between 6 wins in 2025. He's not the difference between 4 wins and 10 wins in the NFL. We saw that this year, or we would have had 10 wins if Rodgers was the difference. He's not. He needs a whole team.
Defense did give up games, and we did miss kicks. But you can look at 5 games and say you had the ball in your hands, you didn't get the touchdown, you settled for the field goal, you threw the interception, you didn't score enough earlier in the game, you didn't have a 2-score lead, you only had a 4-point lead, and the defense gave it up. There's so many things that people are picking to bitch about, but they're not looking big picture. And I don't like that. Eddie has a question or a comment. Our roster was top 5 in September, according to ESPN and others. What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Mike Williams never did anything. We never got a run game going. Tyron Smith was washed. Hassan Reddick never joined the team. Never contributed once he got there. CJ Mosley got hurt. They fired Robert Saleh. So everything just that could go wrong went wrong. Every single thing that you can look at went wrong. players fell off the face of the earth.
Also, they just like football, as you know, is not played on paper. They just couldn't win at the line of scrimmage, especially early in the year. So if you're like on both sides of the
JJ got
ball,
hurt. Thank you,
they
GVH.
weren't able to establish anything. Yeah, JJ got hurt week 2, and then we then our two strengths, or what we thought were strengths, were weaknesses, and then we had to play. Like you said, we couldn't run the ball and we couldn't stop the run. We're putting out 2 undrafted guys and Leonard Taylor and Michael Clemens, and knocking on wood, hoping the same result wouldn't happen over and over again. So yeah, it's tough. We also had coaching that didn't, fit our scheme at all. We had a coaching that coached a bunch of 3-point shooters, and then we lost all them, and they still just shot the threes. Like, what are we doing out here? It's not adding up. But
Clancy said, Nick, put up my comment, please. This was his last comment. The one before that was boom. Yep. Yeah, it must mean this one, but I had to fuck with him. See, this is where I'm a different place than others. Even in AR camp of supporters, I don't agree with 8 or 9 wins. I think we just passed up the chance at 11 and 12 wins.
Yeah, if you think that's the case, Clancy, then 100%. I mean, I think it's possible, Clancy, but I think it would have been because of everything. Like, it wouldn't have been 11 or 12 wins because of Rodgers. It would have been like Peyton Manning all over again, where like the defense was crazy. We got an offensive line and a run game that was making Rodgers play from 3rd and 2 every down, and it wasn't going to be because Rodgers like turned into an MVP. It was going to be because the whole team turned into a great football team.
Let's look at the defense alone. JJ gets hurt. CJ Mosley gets hurt. Robert Saleh gets fired. Javon Kinlaw and Leaky Fotu never really do anything. Kinlaw just commits penalties. Michael Clemens, which Robert Saleh loved and commented how great he is, was the most useless player in the history of the NFL. For a guy with his size, I've never seen a bigger bitch in the NFL than Michael Clemens. And I hope to God he doesn't know where I live, because he does look scary. That's the defense alone, right? Now, offensively, Tyron Smith looked like Wayne Hunter. Went from second-team All-Pro to absolutely unplayable and should have been taken out weeks earlier.
Bro, Wayne gets a little too much hate, bro. Wayne wasn't great, but like he wasn't supposed to be great. No, I'm being for real. Like, he wasn't Kyle Wilson.
But Tyron Smith, there was times he gave up sacks where he didn't even make contact. That was Wayne Hunter.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, yeah, Wayne Hunter tried, bro. He wasn't like he was supposed to be a backup initially before he kind of like stepped up his game a little bit to try to be a fringe starter. But yeah, he wasn't the best.
They tried to get cute. They thought they were smarter than everyone else. They traded JFM away. They let Huff go. They brought in Reddick, and they brought in 3 undrafted defensive linemen. Fotu never played, hurt his back, tried to come back, got hurt again. That was supposed to be our run stuffer. So in 4 years, we never were able to get guys to stop the run because we wanted small, fast defensive tackles. Sometimes it works. The year before it worked because everyone was healthy on the D-line. But you can't build like that. You got to have guys who are specialists, and you got to have more than one. You can't bring in Leaky Fotu, who was still a gap-penetrating D tackle. He wasn't a great run grade guy. But that's what they went with. And that's why none of them are fucking here. So you don't change coach, change general manager, change schemes and say, all right, we just need to bring in a couple little pieces. No, you wipe the slate clean. You get rid of everyone and anyone that doesn't fit your plan. And the fans just have to shut the fuck up and suck it up, because if they were good, everyone would still be here. They're not. I like him too, big fella. I do like him too. But
JD missed a lot this last offseason. That's why he's not here.
Missed on everything. Mike Williams was a miss. Alan Lazard was a miss. The only thing he hit on was Braylon Allen. The running backs look like they were nice picks. Davis and Allen look like they're good. You know, one's a second, one's a third in terms of the depth chart. But that's it. Ruckert was a miss. Let's see. What else?
I just meant this last offseason, because it's been hit or miss in between that. But this last offseason cost him his job for sure.
You know, there's no depth on this team because we're not hitting on middle rounds. The first thing I want to do is see Muji get guys who in the third, fourth, fifth round, we have 2 5s and 2 6 as of now. If you can get a starter or two or major contributors in those fifth and sixth round, those 4, fifth, and sixth picks, that's how you
Yeah, he
start
did
to
it in
win in the
Denver.
NFL. When you find somebody that other people miss, when you find the diamond in the rough, and there are teams that do it. Go look at Kansas City Chiefs offensive line, Trey Smith, who might be the highest paid offensive lineman this offseason, for interior at least, was a fifth or sixth round pick. There's guys out there, and there's teams smart enough to take them.
Yeah, a lot of times it's not even finding a diamond in the rough, but just finding someone that's going to fit your system and finding a role specifically for him.
Eddie asks a good question. Nick, what are the top 5 premium must-have positions on a team? Quarterback, left tackle, a top wide receiver, a defensive end, and a top corner. Those would be the top 5. The 5 positions that go early in the draft. Quarterback, tackle, quarterback, tackle, receiver, cornerback, and DN. Linebackers don't go that early because if you have a good defensive line, linebackers can run and make plays. For those of you watching, thank you. 78 of you here. Appreciate that. We're going to do a mock. You want to fire it off first?
Let's do it to it. Here, are we going head-to-head mocks?
We can, based on
Or
time.
what's the rules tonight?
I'll let you pick this week.
Pick the
You're going
rules?
first. You pick. Yeah. You want to do a solo mock? You want to do yours? And if there's time, we'll do mine. If not, we can do mine next week, and then we'll share the 2 of them.
Totally up to you. Whatever you want to do, I'm up for it.
All right.
Whatever your thoughts is. 2 drafts, 1 draft.
We'll do yours. Let's definitely. I agree with Clancy. I think you and I agree that anyway when we talk. Let's.
We can also do one. My other thought was having one where we have to take a quarterback, whatever, top 30, top 40, somewhere, or the first 2 rounds or something like that, where we fulfill our. Do we fix the quarterback in the draft type of route? Since we're going to do 84 more mock drafts every week until the next mock.
Then we'll do that. We'll do yours tonight, and then we'll do mine next week, and then we'll put them up for everyone to vote.
All right.
We'll focus on yours tonight, and I'll focus on the chat because I know they're never going to disagree with anything we do on this channel.
What speed are we going
While
at,
we
chat?
are doing this, if you have any comments you want to get up, super chats are a great way to do it. If you want to gift memberships, that's awesome as well. You know everything will come to a halt when that moment hits. We thank you for being here. And Nate will structure and be Muji. And I will be Aaron Glenn for this draft.
Hell yeah. All right, what speed do you want to do? You want it super slow so you can analyze every single pick and break it down?
As Aaron Glenn, I want to do it exactly the way we did with Aaron Rodgers, and I want to get rid of him fast. Get the fuck out.
We'll go faster. 7 rounds. All right. Give me Hunter. Travis Hunter at 7, and I win. Never mind. Travis Hunter is gone.
Abdul Carter? Boo.
This is what I hate every time. I hate this every time. All right. I guess you've got me somewhat more convinced on Starks. Looking that he played a lot of man last year. He's playing in the slot. He's intriguing, but God, I don't know if safety fixes us. I want to trade this every time, but I know that gets very boring doing that, so I'll try to stick to it.
I'm okay with
this guy. I told you I love Mike Green.
You do.
He's the Khalil Mack, but faster and not as big. Out of Marshall. And you just listed the top 5 positions, and edge is definitely one of them. I would love to have a. No, I think you had this twice, and I think you went Will Johnson once in the same position, and you went Will Campbell once. You took either of the Wills.
I did. I did. I envision if you want to build the Detroit offense, You got to have
What's
elite
the chat
tackle,
thinking?
right? They took Penny Sewell, even though they had Decker. Was it Decker? Who was their left tackle? Taylor Decker?
Taylor Decker.
Yeah.
Taylor Decker.
They had him at left tackle, but they drafted Penny Sewell anyway, who was going to be a left tackle, but they moved him to right. Why
You want a
couldn't we
fun
do that
fact?
with
You want a fun fact about Taylor Decker?
Shoot it.
He was my roommate at Ohio State for 2 nights.
2 nights?
He transferred from Michigan after what's his name? Or like no, he committed to Michigan, and then Urban Meyer got the job, and they gave him some money, and then he committed there. And I had a giant single, and they didn't have his football room, whatever. He didn't have his spot ready, and he was in my room for 2 nights, and I heard he set my shit up. So I was like, "Yo, you got the top bunk, bro." And he didn't talk to me for like 2 days. He smelled like ass, and he had to sleep in the top bunk of a small little freshman dorm at Ohio State.
You had an offensive lineman get on the top bunk. That's brave on your part.
I set up the crib, and I knew he was leaving, so I was like, I don't want to talk to you either. And he smelled like butt every time he came in. Like every time he came in, I would find a way to leave. I'm like, all right, bro, I'm going to study. You got it.
Nice.
Nice.
Taylor Decker, also known as Taylor.
And he used to bring back the nastiest rowing, whatever. It was wild, bro. Yeah.
All right.
Offensive linemen do not pull the type of ladies that you would thought D1 athletes would pull. All right, I could go Tyler
in the trenches. It gets dirty in the trenches. You got to do dirty work as an offensive lineman sometimes.
All right, I'll leave it up to the chat. How about that? I like to do that. I'm going between Will Johnson, Mike Green, and Tyler Warren. I love Mike Green off the edge. Tyler Warren is obviously a reach, but I kind of want to do it just to get Gary and the Bauer boys mad. And then Will Johnson, I think I saw a lot of people in the chat saying that. Will Johnson, Warren, and Mike Green. Whatever they say. Will and Sauce. Yeah, I see Jay saying Johnson.
No Campbell?
All right. I think Johnson's going to be. Tom Ace says edge. See, this is why me and Tom Ace are on the same page. I love
His
Tom
name
Ace.
is now Romance. His name is now Romance.
Who? Tom Ace?
I put in for the emoji name with the Mark Gastineau as Tom Ace, and it auto-corrected to Romance, and I didn't notice that when I hit save and publish. So earlier on, somebody put Tom Ace. If you put Tom Ace's emoji up, go ahead, click it. Or the Gastineau. Yeah, classic. Can you see the screen? This is what it comes up as. Romance, 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 Romance.
Yeah.
Because it
not
auto-corrected.
going to win, is he? I mean, I see people in the chat saying we don't need edge, but if he's the best player, then you take the best player, right? If I told you it's Khalil Mack and the other guy is some, Lito Shepherd who's like a decent corner for a couple of years and then whack, you're not like, oh, I'm taking Lito Shepherd because we need a corner. It's like, no, I'm going to take a Hall of Fame pass rusher. So I know need is important, but in the first round, you just take the guy who's the best football player, and then you let the coach figure it out.
Get your vote in. You got about 10 more seconds to vote, people. Right now, it's 50% for Will Johnson.
All right, that looks like
we got 85 of you here watching, so get your vote in. Thank you. If you're here, hit the like button. Appreciate you guys being here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. That's much appreciated as well. Trying to grow the channel here. We're getting a little late surge. Johnson's falling off a little bit. There's 28 votes, 29 now, with 82 people watching. Get your vote in. Let your voice be heard.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Alan. I don't think they're taking corner, but it looks like the chat wants it. We're going to go with corner. I might have gone Mike Green, but I'm going to do the chat mode where I'll put up 3 names.
And you're Matt. It's Johnson. Johnson's the pick.
Mike Green went next, ladies and gents. He was the 8th pick. Yeah, that kid was super quick and super. I mean, it was only the Senior Bowl, but he was. Mike Green was the guy that went for 2 days. Nobody blocked him, and then his agent told him to leave and not play in the Senior Bowl game because
why not?
I'm sure teams.
No sense in playing. You can't even rush the passer, right?
But at that point, also a team probably told you that. Yeah, we're taking you. Like if you're there at blank, you're off the board. So all right, pick 42. Watts is a guy I always love here. This guy JT Tumalau, he seems like he's going to be an NFL starter for a really long time. It doesn't look like if he had 8 sacks for 5 years, 6 to 8 sacks. I like him. I think he's going to be really good at it, but he doesn't have anything. He's not super, super quick. Doesn't have like a bull rush move that's going to run over anyone, but he's just like, I don't know how to compare him to like a Sean Ellis, but smaller, someone who's just really good. My boy Restrepo.
Or like OCU Minora, like a more physical type of guy.
Yeah, OC maybe even a little bit quicker. This dude's super quick. All right, I'm putting edge again. I got my 3 names. I already see him jumping at me. Restrepo, the
I saw a
5'9",
mock
200
today.
pound.
Wait, hold on. Give me the names.
Restrepo,
All right.
5'9", 200 pound.
What's his initials with JT?
Xavier XR. Xavier Restrepo.
Oh, Tresepo. TRESEPO.
RESTREPO. Yeah. Restrepo.
All right. Watts is the other one.
Watts is the other one, and then the other one's going to be another edge.
I saw a mock
Jalen
today
Walker.
that had
I
Jalen
love-
Walker going to the Jets at 7.
Yeah, Jalen Walker he's definitely. I don't think he's going to be here, but that's definitely my 3rd name. Again, I guess people are going to say that we don't need edge, but that the best players. I want as many pass
Walker is a
rushers.
blitzing linebacker. Walker can do everything from the linebacker.
He's
position.
fast as
And if
shit.
you
Yeah, he's
wanna-
fast as shit.
If you're gonna blitz and you're gonna have Wilkes being aggressive, don't sleep on Walker becoming a Jet.
Walker, Watts, and Restrepo. Those are our names.
Walker, Watts, Restrepo. RESTREPO.
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to spell the name wrong because last time you blamed me. That's why
Because you put Johnson when I said Restrepo. No, you put Williams.
Why don't you cry about it?
You put this guy, Xavier Williams. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Williams or Restrepo.
Alan,
It could be.
He's a tweener, but he's like a middle linebacker, off-ball linebacker. I think he would be great with Quincy. I really do, because you can get creative with both of them. Both can blitz. You don't know who's coming and who's dropping back. Both can run. I would be, even though I'm a defensive tackle guy, there's a lot of good defensive tackle depth, and I would not be upset. Even if Walker ended up going as high as 7, I think the defensive scheme that we're going to run could utilize a linebacker, but I would like a trade back from 7 in order to get him. But I wouldn't be surprised if he goes top 12. Ladies and gentlemen, the poll is open. We got receiver, Restrepo, safety, Watts, linebacker, Walker.
I mean, you just mentioned it too, with all the depth in this draft, especially like 2nd and 3rd round, or people say there's a lot of 2nd rounders in the 1st round. This could be a spot if they don't trade out of 7, because they could just be stuck there, because you need a trade partner for someone to go up and want something at 7, and then for you to think it's worth it. I think it's likely that they can trade out of this pick and try to recoup their Devontae Adams 3rd round draft pick. If like you're saying, there's so much depth and there's 10 guys they like at this position, whether it's all over the line, or whether O-line, D-line, or a Watts, whoever it is, a weapon, that they just stack picks here and try to get their 3rd rounder back and move back a little in the 2nd or something like that. That's definitely an appealing move too, is to move back and then, like you said, go get an O lineman and a D lineman if this is the case.
If you're going to have an organization that can hit on mid-round picks, what do? You stockpile mid-round picks. If you have 20 pieces that you need to fill, you get more lottery tickets in the draft. You get more tickets for the lottery that is the NFL draft, I should say.
This guy's been really interesting. Did you watch the Senior Bowl, Nick, with this guy, Jack Beck?
I didn't watch it. I was out that day. Weren't we out that day? Wasn't that the bowling day?
Yeah, well, Clancy, yeah, we were. Clancy
play.
and Clancy Addison and I watched the whole game in Discord like that night at like 2 a.m. And this kid had a great game. Like he was all over. He's supposedly flying up boards, and he actually, his brother I think was one of the guys who died in the New Orleans tragedy.
In New Orleans, it was
like and had that. So the hit, that's why it was so. His game-winning touchdown was so dramatic that weekend.
Yeah. And wasn't him and his family at the Super Bowl too?
It could be. I don't know. Thank God they're not picking Watts. Oh, I was scared once you put it in that it was going to be the same as last draft, and we are going to get 2 defensive backs. And now they're all going to hear me say that and pick Watts. All right, Restrepo it is. We're taking the wide out. On to the next one. I hear you, chat. All right, so we're getting Will Johnson and Restrepo, a corner and a wide receiver. We've added nothing to the trenches. We gotta get beefy somewhere here, Nick.
This is where, right?
Yeah, there's a couple guys I'm hoping I'm there. Are there, rather.
3 siblings. I'm changing my pick. Stop the count. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do of elections in the past. Come back at 3 o'clock in the morning. We will have a new count and a new vote. Oh, boy.
Nick sees it. He said, sticking Deontay Walker every time here.
Not my ma. No, the top 3 names excited me. That's all top 3.
Fannon's good. I'm not, bro. If we do Fannin, Restrepo, and Johnson and don't add anything to the O-line and D-line first 3 rounds, you'd have to really believe that they're gonna. All right, I'm gonna leave it at 2 names, just for I'm curious. Walker, D-line, Jalen Milroe, quarterback. Go crazy, chat.
What are we, 92 here, one. Right? The pick?
92. Jalen Milroe, Alabama. Deion Walker, the 6'7", 300, 900 billion pound, 4'4", 40 at a
so
Kentucky.
Just Milroe and Walker, all you want?
Yeah, I want to see chaos. I'm picturing Muji and Glenn arguing in the room that over these two.
Ray says, take Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag would definitely be the right pick.
Wait, oh. This confuses me, man.
Go ahead, Jay. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, Milroe is it? It would just be fun to watch Milroe run around, even though he probably wouldn't complete a pass next year in 17. A wild athlete. Like, I've never seen anything like Milroe. I didn't watch Michael Vick in college.
I'm gonna I gotta pee. So go ahead, and then when I come back, we'll leave the poll open for a minute, and then when I come back, we'll lock it up. So get your votes in, let your voice be heard, and thank you for watching. Hit the like button, and any comments you do want to get on air, super chat that shit. Thank you.
Lane.
Lane, how do you feel about Cooper Flag?
Can the Jets draft Cooper Flag? I don't know, Lane. Technically, if he puts himself in for the NFL draft, I don't see why they couldn't draft him, Lane. Like, if he wanted to be a 2-sport athlete and put his name in, I don't see why not. Milroe does suck, but he can run like a motherfucker. Like, that part's wild to see. He's like Cam Newton-esque, just he can't throw the football, except really far and inaccurate. The Jets and Giants don't have a quarterback. The rest of the league has a QB. Giants might be in that and on the Matthew Stafford train. Right? What's the poll saying? Damn, Milroe is actually a lot closer than I thought. Jay definitely voted Milroe. 3 Sibs definitely voted Milroe. 58%, 42%. I kind of just want to take Walker. Milroe is Hurts. Milroe is a better runner than Hurts. We know Matthew Smith is on the trade up for Cam Ward train. Build the trenches. I mean, yeah, I'm with you if he's good. I mean, I'm obviously always about take the better player, so whichever is the better player is the one I would want.
Where are we at? We ready?
Like, it looks like if I read the chat, they want Milroe, but obviously I don't think the poll says that.
No, the polls Walker 62, Milroe 38.
Yeah, no,
But
I
here's the good
like
thing.
that too.
We picked 15 picks later. Maybe Milroe's still there at 107. So
It's
we're going to end
definitely
the poll
possible.
now. All right. I will give 10 more seconds. Get your vote in. Milroe coming back.
Fuck your poll. We're taking Walker. Hell yeah. Go ahead now. Everyone spam Milroe. Try to get it to 50.
Nope, it's ended.
Say I wasn't fair.
Walker.
Did I see him go off the board?
So let's
He's
recap.
still there. All right, Nick. Now I'm not going to put him in the poll just to piss everyone off. I mean, I'm not going to put him in the next two selections.
Were you going to put him and Leonard?
No. I almost want to trade back here, but I'm not because the guy I want is not going to be
107
there.
now, right?
We are at 108.
Why are we
Ferguson.
108?
Did we take Ferguson in one of the drafts? I like
did,
Ferguson a lot.
I think I took him. D tackle?
Ferguson's just solid.
Oh,
No,
the
the
tight
tight end. The guy who was like catching
Who was the
everything.
D tackle that I picked? Was that Alexander?
Yeah, from Toledo.
That jumped. He went from I got him late, and then the next day they updated the rankings, and he was like a second rounder, right?
Yep. Second, third rounder. Because his Senior Bowl was crazy.
Good.
People love him. Lots of people fall in love with him for sure. I really want this guy, but he's not going to be there at my next pick. Josh Farmer.
I like that this is your mock, but you haven't picked one pick yet.
Willie Lampkin was going against Deion Walker, the guy we just selected, who's 6'6", 6'7", 335. This guy is a guard who's 5'11", Nick.
Oh, yeah.
5'11", 290.
He
was holding his own.
He reminds me of Dan Klecko. Do you remember when Dan Klecko was a fullback for the Patriots?
No,
He was like a defensive tackle and like a fullback, and he was like 5'11", but a bowling ball.
Yeah, like super low to the ground. Like there was no leverage battles that he needed to work on. I kind of just want to take Milroe just for the chaos, and I'm going to take Milroe over Dart and have everyone go crazy. But we know this draft underrates Dart. Dart's not going to be here at this. That's not even realistic taking Dart. So
what do you want? You want Milroe and Dart for your picks?
No, Dart's not realistic, so I'm not putting that. Dart's not even gonna there's a chance Milroe falls to the third round or late.
What are you thinking?
Milroe, Ferguson, who's the tight end, and Josh. Nobody's gonna go for a D lineman after D lineman, even though I love him. Yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna take Milroe. I'm just gonna do it. They're not gonna vote Ferguson anyway. I'll save you some time. We're drafting Jalen Milroe, 4th round, and now we're waiting. We got 145, 158, 186, and 207.
Which is a good place to take a quarterback, right? Like if you're not going to go all in on a guy, you take a guy that you can be creative with, where if you can create a package of running with him and Brees and Braylon all in the backfield together. You can get an innovative offense.
This is a way worse Lamar, where it's like, wow, if this guy ever figures out how to throw in the pocket, we can really have it.
But until then, you do what they did with Tim Tebow his freshman year.
Yeah, or Anthony Richardson. Like Anthony Richardson,
goal line, you bring him in red zone, and you get creative. You bring him in on
Richardson
fourth down. Bring him in like
Hall of Fame
Jalen
quarterback, just running around like a madman. All right, here we got Kyle McCord. We go back-to-back quarterbacks. We're at one, just for the chaos. We're at 145 here. I think it's going to be Upton Stout, who I like, super physical.
Yeah. Recap the draft so far so everyone can see what you have.
We have a corner, Will Johnson. Then we went with the 5'9", probably a slot wideout, super tough, Restrepo. The 6'6", 6'7", Deontay Walker, and then Jalen Milroe in the 4th round.
All right.
So 2 defense, 2 offense. I'm gonna go Stout, and then the 6'3" slot guy who spent his whole career in the slot at 6'3" in San Jose State, Nick Nash. Yeah, those are gonna be the 2.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Jake Asman kicks us off tonight with gifting a membership to the channel that went to Franklin Fung. Franklin, I think I saw your name in here earlier, so you could thank the great Jake for gifting you a membership to the channel. Appreciate you, sir. You're a good man.
I'm just taking Stout. I'm not even considering Nash. We already took Restrepo, and I want a safety. We're taking Stout, and we're moving Nick.
Safety. I like it.
We're
Aaron
taking
Glenn,
Stout.
former cornerback, secondary
That's what
coach.
the chat wanted.
Let's build that. Let's make that a strength. Let's get some pieces in here that we can coach up.
In this scenario, you would have prayed we probably signed an offensive lineman, considering I didn't draft one yet, and we're at 158 now.
Look at that.
Oh, look at Addy blessing the crew.
Why didn't it ping? Why didn't it ping? Oh, man. Addison gifted one. Oh, I bet you there's a delay. Because we were higher yesterday and we had some expire. Well, Addison, thank you. I appreciate you for trying. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to support the channel tonight, it looks like super chats are the way to do it. Although we will try again and take a look later. Sometimes they pop in later on. But Addy, I do appreciate you for trying, sir. All right. How you feeling here with this pick?
Got my guy. Again, shout out to the chat for the early picks, but late round, we're going to speed it up. This guy, I think you probably are. He's a tight end out of Georgia Tech, so you can probably already assume what he's good at. He's really fucking good at run blocking, and he loves run blocking. He obviously is not the greatest pass catcher and didn't do a lot of it in college, but if we're getting like a tight end 2 at this point, even if it's not going to be a starting tight end, if a guy can run block and be a 6th lineman on a lot of plays, like what I think we saw on lots of, who was that guy we signed for a day who missed like 3 blocks in one play almost, and Rucker did it. We just, hopefully everyone else forgot his name too, and nobody remembers that name. I know you know, but there's just seems like it's one of those. It's like laying down a bunt where it's like one of those simple things, and then when you really need to do it, it's like, oh shit, no one knows how to fucking bunt.
Bates.
It'd be nice to have a blocking tight end.
You remembered it.
There you go. There you go. Fucking Bates. Yeah,
he played like Nates. Norman Bates because he killed our fucking offense.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Jackson Hawes. I'm gonna go with a guy who I know is gonna be really good at blocking and is gonna be a 6th offensive lineman out there, and hopefully he can become a. And if we're gonna develop this creative Lions offense where the 2nd and 3rd tight end we're always out there and somehow always leaking open due to creativity, then give me an inline blocker that takes pride in getting his helmet into the chest of guys. Jackson Hawes. So we got our corner, our slot wide out, big D lineman. We took a swing on QB. We got a box safety, and we got an inline tight end. And now with the last 2 picks, I already know my 2 targets, even though I don't think they're probably going to be here in real life. Oh my God, he's gone. Miles Frazier went the pick before this, and that's what I wanted, Nick. Now I want to redo the whole
I know
draft.
you're a big fan of his.
Now I want to redo the whole draft. Miles Frazier is going to be really good. Zeke Biggers. Give me Zeke Biggers next to Quantez Stiggers and call it a day.
Can I see
I
the
don't know
size
shit
of this
about this
gentleman?
guy. I
Can I
don't know
see
shit about this guy. But if Zeke Biggers is good and we have Quantez stickers with Zeke Biggers, holy shit.
6'6", 320. He
6'6",
is
320.
he is
Biggers with the quarterback.
he's over
Stiggers with the
6'4",
interception.
and he's minimum 315. Check and check. I approve of this pick. All my D tackles have to be 6'4", 315 or bigger. So he just gets in. No cardio. This motherfucker better
Just
do
for the
no
fun of it,
cardio.
and because I'm tired, bro. We're not even thinking. We're not even looking. Zeke Biggers and Quantez Stiggers. And then give me what was his name? Who's that? There's a big tackle out of Rutgers. I want like Holland Pierce or something.
Oh, he's going like
take
third
him
or
in the
fourth
6th or 7th round.
in the other mock.
Yeah, he's probably not going to be here. RJ
He's
Mickens, super
6'8".
popular.
The Rutgers right tackle is 6'8".
Where is he? Hold on, I think he's somewhere.
Go to offensive
They
lineman.
haven't updated this yet. Oh wait, I just saw him. Holland Pierce. Yeah, he clearly got better the last 3 games. Damn, he really did have a good season, according to PFF. I don't know why he's 6'8", 344. Yeah, okay, we'll hit draft right from here.
I have
That'll be our 7th guy. No, but he can move too.
Measurements memorized.
Dom C has spoken really highly about him. I trust Dom C. All right, our last picks, Holland Pierce, and we'll go turbo to get through the draft and see what they gave us.
Clancy thinks it's an A draft.
If I got Clancy's,
I'm going to remove it first. I'm gonna remove that, and we're going to put a poll up without bringing that up on screen, which you cannot. Recap the draft, and we'll let the chat vote on the grade. Are you there?
Are you giving different letters options?
I'm going to. I'm creating the poll. Can you go over the players again for everyone?
Yeah, so we took Will Johnson, a corner in the 1st round. We took Restrepo. We took, if you want to share my screen again, I can show it without the grades.
Pull that up.
Will Johnson, Restrepo, Deion Walker in the 3rd, Jalen Milroe in the 4th, Upton Stout in the 5th, box safety, Jackson Hawes, inline tight end, also in the 5th, Zeke Biggers, a large defensive tackle out of Georgia Tech in the 6th round.
Tech guys, look at us.
Back to back Yellow Jackets.
Good team in the trenches.
And then a local guy, 6'8", Holland Pierce.
Holla.
Who's our one offensive lineman we drafted. So sorry for another mid-round Western Kentucky. What are they called? I forgot what they're called. Their mascot. So we took our swing on quarterback, and at least it looks like we got at least, hopefully, Western Kentucky. Same with the Hilltoppers, right? The Hilltoppers. Yeah. That's where
Boomtown comes in, says it's a D+, but in 2028 it will be an A+ when we make the playoffs for the first time in 18 years.
Hell yeah.
All right, chat, let your voice be heard. It's a runaway vote right now. Couple more seconds. Oh, Lane says A. Can't disagree with the Lane train.
Bro, 57% of people said B, and Lane says A. That's at least a B+. Like, how do we differentiate then? If it's,
I don't know if you can. I think we're just stuck. All right.
Well,
draft came out with a B. Now let's see. What did they give you?
Will Johnson, they liked.
Johnson.
Gave us an A.
Good pick.
For Strepo, they said we reached a little. Gave us a C. They liked the Walker pick at 92.
It does say up top, Watts is a better need than Restrepo.
We had Watts in the poll too. We did have Watts in that poll, but
so that falls on the chat. That was their pick.
Milroe, They gave us an A. They actually liked it in the 4th round. I guess at that point I would like it, taking a swing on a 4th round quarterback. We took a swing on a 5th round quarterback who can't even put on pads. Upton Stout, they gave a B. I feel like they didn't like our Stout pick last time we picked them. We're moving. Jackson Hawes, they like the inline tight end a little bit. 5th round, B-. Like I said, he's got a roll. Zeke Biggers, Quantez Stinger's long lost 3rd cousin, B+. And then Holland Pierce tanks the draft, all because they don't know how to
No, but they'll wait that last, right? The 7th round pick.
Yeah,
the grade.
And a final grade of a B+.
B+.
Chat was on
it. Nailed it. Good job, chat.
Top 42%, B+.
Nice.
We'll take it.
Also, I need your login for this website.
You're gonna go crazy here.
No, but I just have the free version, and I like to go from. I have mock draft database, PFF, and PFN, but PFF only lets you do the first 3 rounds with no trades if you don't have the login.
I got you. Yeah, they fucking. I can't wait till they update like information once the combine and they have all the stats on here. And,
yeah.
People out scouting fucking players, so I don't have to pull up everyone that you don't know.
For those of you who care about
we'll take a B. We'll take a B.
Colonia Patriots in the county tournament today. We're losing 27-22 at halftime against Monroe. The final score was 65-44. They went on an absolute tear. It went from 27-22 to 53-33. So they went on a 31-6 run to start the second half.
That's wild.
Shout out
Colonia, or whatever it's called.
Absolutely killing it on everyone.
I like Lane's comment. We should not take his advice.
Iagi.
No, the one above that.
And you do the mid draft.
I think that's minor league baseball. No, minor league baseball is MILB. That would be wild.
Oh, wrong way. Well, for those of you who have hit the like button, thank you for that. We now open up the call-ins. Oh, come on.
Yeah, call in. I'm going to bed. Holla at. Yeah, see, MLB draft. I don't know anything about MLB upcoming players. Lane, you should do the MLB draft.
Well, he has a lot of questions about the draft, and he was the first one to call in. Do you want to stick around for the legendary call?
Oh, of course. If it's Lane, yeah, I'd like to say hello to my fellow Met fan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Lane train is fully loaded. He is a man of wisdom. He's a man of honor. He's a man of integrity. He loves his country.
I'll stay in my crib by the light, and so bright as the twilight's last evening.
He's also a man who loves his friends and builds them up with compliments.
Did you see the Bobby picture? Look at that. He lost like 3 pounds. He looks good now. Yeah.
And I think I have one more. One more, Lane? I thought I had another one of Lane.
I like watching the Lane delay on my screen in the background.
Oh, hell yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, we bring to you the Lane train.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
How do you feel about the draft?
I would pick the guy out of Miami. I think
Cam
he'll
Ward,
do good.
Quarterback?
Yeah, everybody's saying don't get Cam Ward, don't get Cam Ward. I think he'll do good going into the draft next year. I also want to pick somebody out of Ohio State that I haven't seen him yet. I don't know if he'll do good in the draft.
Who you got?
Who do I have for number? Who do I have for UK
Sure.
for Nebraska?
Lane, I just
I
love
don't.
knowing all of your thoughts. You share all of your thoughts with us. I think
I
that's what
don't.
everybody needs today.
Yeah. I don't know who I take out of. I mean, there's a lot of people that you could draft out of college.
A lot
Who
of
is
Uh,
Lane? Who is this year's? Who is this 2025's Knoble? Who is this year's Knoble that we have to have our eye on?
Will Johnson. He's
Okay.
got to go to the Jets. He has to actually because if you
I would
don't
Wouldn't
not
get him,
expect
Travis
that.
Hunter be this year's Knoble
or
because
you
he plays
get.
offense and
That's
defense?
Will Johnson.
I don't know about that. I mean, you could draft him or he goes to the Giants because I do like honestly. I like the Giants. They need somebody that could run back, and if they pick him up, I mean, if it's either him, he should be he should do good on the Giants because they stunk it up this year.
All right, that's fair.
Giants need a corner bad. I could see DJ Reed going to the Giants too. He's gonna get paid somewhere. Giants,
DJ Reed, I don't
Redskins.
know. He's on the dog. I don't know who.
Lane, if you had your
Though.
choice, where would
Yeah,
you hire Bobby? Burger King or McDonald's?
I thought he was working at Burger King. Now I'm saying he's going to be working at McDonald's. It's like
He's
making me
not working
mind.
anywhere yet. But if you could
Oh,
place
really?
Bobby, if you could get Bobby a job, where would you prefer
Let's
to
talk
see
about
him?
food. Well, both of them. Well, both of them. I got tongue twisted. Both of them are good. If he gets a job at McDonald's, he's probably not going to be able to work at Burger King.
Okay.
Maybe he could work at KFC. Maybe doing some chicken, like frying chicken.
Do they have one of those up there in Brattleboro?
I don't know. That's upstate. I don't know if he works.
You want to read that comment and who it's from?
Yeah. All right. This Bobby that has wait. Bobby has that Arby's to work intelligent. That's healthy though.
Yep.
They
And
have good.
who gave
They
us
have
that
good
comment?
curly fries. Bobby's. I don't know what. I don't know who put that on there.
Who's the last word? You know that word.
His parents are around. You can't say it.
Oh, all right. Never mind.
T.I. Whoa. He said Bobby.
All right. Yep. Bobby, the friendly fella.
Bobby, the friendly ghost. The Nick signs, though.
Lane,
Sponsored by Nick signs. What?
could you do an impression? Could you do an impression of Bobby working the drive-through at McDonald's?
Okay. Hello? Yeah. Ding. Let me open the door now. Yeah, hello. Welcome to McDonald's. Hi. Can I have a chicken sandwich, french fries, a quarter pounder, a double quarter pounder, a Big Mac? Uh-huh. And can I have a milkshake? All right, that's going to be $5 for. And do you want the kids meal? No. All right. Okay. Next door, please. No, I mean next window, please. All right. Next. Hi. Welcome to McDonald's. Bobby speaking. So you want an apple pie? You know they come too. All right. Cookies you want? Okay. Do you want the meal? All right, so I can get you a filet fish. You want it with cheese or not? With cheese and tomato sauce? All right, yeah. You know that it comes one. You want one? Okay. And french fries. And what size drink do you want? A large Diet Coke? You want that with ice or without ice? All right, with ice.
Never get
All right.
ice. Get more soda. Never get ice.
But okay, and All right, but you know, and you want
Very good,
you
Lane. Thank
don't
you.
notice though, for some reason when they do their soda, it tastes like they put more like they make it more sweet for some reason. Now I don't know if it's the way the factory does it, but I think I also noticed that their ice cream is more sweeter than usual. Like the vanilla's like too sugary. And they put chocolate
Really?
sauce in it. Yeah, I don't know
I
why
don't.
their
I
ice
don't.
cream
I
tastes like
don't
that.
eat any of that stuff.
You don't eat ice cream? Oh,
Not anymore, man. Not
sounds
anymore.
not healthy.
So sad. I know.
Yeah. All right, I gotta go right now.
All
I
right,
have a
buddy.
physical
Thank
tomorrow.
you for calling. Thank you for the impression. You have a good night.
Thank
Okay.
you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye, Lane.
Bye.
Sad to see Lane go.
He really brings it every time.
He doesn't miss. Doesn't miss. I
He
feel
could
that
have
every
about
time you
that
think that
philosophy.
Lane can't top his previous calls, he just does it with the greatest of ease. He is a treasure. Never in a bad mood. It's always just smiling and happy and putting smiles on people's faces. That's it's the pure beauty of Lane.
And now we know who the next Knoble is. We know to keep our eye on.
Yeah, I thought Travis Hunter would be this year's Canova, right? Plays both offense and defense. Like,
Yeah, he went with the most bland name in the draft this year, just to not confuse everyone.
Tom says,
Blowjobs.
Lane mock draft next week.
That would hit. He would probably get the most. He would probably have
He
the best
would get an
mock draft
A+ draft. Watch.
a year.
He'd get the highest
Yeah.
rated draft out of any of us.
My mom always gets the best brackets because she just does teams based on where her friends live and who she likes and doesn't like, and she'll pick
That's it.
15-2 upsets, and then nobody else has.
I remember many years ago, Perfect Strangers, Valky Bartakamus would win the weekly pick'em, and they couldn't figure out how he was doing it. And all he would do is which mascot would win, a bear or a cardinal. The bear would win.
It's true.
Well, Big Fella with a super chat. Thank you, Big Fella. I had to leave for a little while. How was the draft? Draft was a B+. Draft was a B+. We got Will Johnson at corner, Xavier Restrepo, wide receiver, Deontay Walker at D tackle, Jalen Milrow, a quarterback, Upton Stout for safety, Jackson Hawes for tight end, a good blocker, Zeke Biggers, a D lineman, and Holland Pierce, who's 6'8", 344 from Rutgers at right tackle. Reminder for anyone watching, the memberships look like they've maxed out. I don't know how they maxed out because there were 11 higher last night and then some dropped off today because they expire. You know, the gifted memberships expire. So I don't know how it dropped off. A little aggravating. But you guys have been absolutely phenomenal. We keep hitting new highs all the time. I thank you for that. And I'm looking now to see. Sometimes it adds. Nope. Addison, I thank you for trying, sir. But big fella, this was Nate's mock, and Nate likes to throw hand grenades down a hallway, and I think that's what he did with Milrow.
Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah.
Awesome.
I think we had no trades in that mock too, right? We just took all the picks as is.
Don't say we. This is your mock. I'm gonna knock this
me
shit
and
out of
the,
the
and the
park.
chat from the first few picks.
I mean, if we got nobody else, you got a few minutes? I'll rip mine out real quick.
Yeah, you can do yours.
Let me
All right,
see
chat.
if I.
All right, you want me to reset this?
Yeah,
All right, we'll do the same settings.
I'll take the Jets, please. Yeah, big fella. Walker is my guy. I will never pass on Walker. That is the guy that I am in love with this draft. I
All
hate
right.
that we go from pick 42 to 92, and there's 50 picks in between there. I know he's going to go somewhere in that range, and that's going to drive me nuts. All right.
All right, you ready?
So I'll rip mine. Let's go. I'm going to do mine quick. Like, I'm not.
You're not relying on the chat. All right. You basically got the same that we always get.
Any trade offers
Same
here?
lock of dudes, yeah. 11, 14, 19.
Do it. Do 11.
Do.
I'll go back a few.
11's one I always trade with too. This?
I don't know if that'll get accepted. You try it.
First rounders do. There.
All right,
Going back to 11. Get an extra second.
All right, go down. All right, give me. You know what? I want to do a little different. Give me your guy. Give me Green. Even though I love
Hell
Mikal
yeah.
Williams, give me Green.
Hell yeah. Tom, we got our guy. See, Tom, this is my draft now. I'm taking over. That's the guy I wanted first. Like Tom said, you hit on a pass rusher, you see what they can do in a playoff game or a Super Bowl. All right, 42, 43. You got back-to-back here, so you can pick two players. You got Watts again, Norman Lott, Restrepo, Porter, Ursery.
Yeah, give me Walker.
Walker.
Easy. Give me Walker. I'm building a
Walker.
monster. I'm gonna build a monster defense.
And who else?
And give me big fellas guy. Give me Norman Lott. Give me D tackle, linebacker, and edge. Bang, bang, bang. We need to get better in the middle of the defense. And so far, that just did that.
Yeah, we got two edges. Walker and Green. I want to see the same position pick the first two picks just to see Twitter go off. Jets Twitter go crazy.
Well, I'm going to play. Me personally, I'm going to play Walker as off-ball linebacker.
All right, you got Mason Taylor, Harris, Fannin, Milrow, Makuba, Will Howard, Kobe Bryant.
Hold on.
David Walker.
All right, go back up. Go back up. Give me Trey Harris's size. I want to look for an X receiver. I don't think he was that big. I know we looked at him before, I believe. Oh, you drafted him. I said, let me see his size.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I thought you said give me him. You said give me him. Sorry. Well, now you can still take Milrow. Sorry, I heard give me him. I thought that's who you wanted. When you said quick, I thought you were going quick.
All right, give me
All right,
Ferguson.
watch, that's gonna
Give me a
turn out to be your
receiver.
best pick. So you
Is
could
that
close
an
look at
X?
him now. 6'3", 6'3",
All right.
210. Yeah,
That'll work as my X.
he was playing outside all year.
Then give me Ferguson. Fanning's gone, right?
Yeah, Fannin went the pick after
Okay.
Harris.
All right, give me Ferguson.
I love me Fergie Ferg. Fergie Ferg, make me love him.
So we
long
got
time.
weapons. We're getting built in the middle of the defense here.
I took the two guys I love, Green and Ferguson. I'll give it an A. 145.
Hold on. You know what? Go back up. Give me Colby right there from Iowa, the guard. No. Down. Iowa. Nope.
All right.
Right
This
there.
guy, Connor Colby?
Give me his guard.
Are you doing this to get an A from Allen?
No, I want to
Give me as in like draft him, right? Confirmed.
I want
right?
to move. I want to move Vera Tucker to tackle, so I need a guard. This is where
Draft him. Draft him.
Yeah, take him.
Okay. Oh. All right. Next week, then we got 158, 186, and 207. Quinn Ewers, Kyle McCord. We got our tight end I drafted still there. Nick Nash is still there.
And what are we in now? We're in the 5th round.
158, round 5.
Give me McCord. This is where I would take a quarterback in this year's draft. Give me McCord.
Kyle McCord, round 5.
That'll be an A+ pick because it has quarterback as our first need.
186 and 207.
For the value of the 5th round pick and needing a quarterback, that will be a high grade. Hold on. Slow down. You're scrolling. I can't even read names. Chill. All right, go down. Hold on. Give me Arnold. USC safety.
Guy?
Yeah.
Draft him, right?
Yeah.
All right. Then next we got 207.
Bomber. Hold on. Let's make a bet. If I get a B+ or higher, you super chat $10. If not, you post your Venmo, and I'll Venmo you $10. Or let's do a B or higher. So if I get a B+ or higher, you take that bet? I'll bet you $10 I get a B+ or higher. Oh. No, just B+ or higher. Bomber, let's bet push-ups. Can't talk shit. And when I say let's make a gentleman's bet of $10, you're like, no. I would even know if you do them. And to end the draft with someone that I like, let's go Mickens.
I already have my button there.
You knew I like. That's my 7th round gem or late 6 every time.
All right. Nick with an extra second.
All right, hold on. Take that away. Don't let them see it. Let's remove that.
It won't pop all the way down. They won't see nothing.
All right, if you're not a gambling man, I respect that. But doing the push-ups is still paying off a bet. I will not bet with you if you don't gamble. I respect the game. Shut up, Clancy. See? That's how he typed it, too. See? I respect the not gambling. My apologies. I'm waiting for YouTube here to refresh. It really takes forever to fucking load here, man. This is crazy. Can't wait to get a new computer. Next weekend, I'll have a new computer. Very excited for it.
That's
Debating what
time.
to get. I don't know if I want to get the mini Mac. Because then you got to get the monitor and the keyboard and the mouse and all that shit with it. And then I'm spending way more than I wanted to.
Yeah, I've been PC for a while.
All right. Can you review the mock again? I'm going to put the grades in for people to vote. And then, all right. All right, let's review. You ready? Let's review the mock. We got an edge rusher, Mike Green. We have someone that I'm going to use to replace Sherwood and work with Quincy in the middle. Jalen Walker from Georgia. We got D tackle Omar Norman Lott. We got a wide receiver play the X position. Trey Harris at 6'3". We got Terrence Ferguson at tight end. We got a guard Connor Colby. I'm kicking Elijah Vera Tucker out to right tackle. We have a project quarterback with Kyle McCord. We have a safety, 2 of them, Achille Arnold and RJ Mickens. So, ladies and gentlemen, before you see the grade, the poll is open. How would you grade this draft? Yeah, I traded back from number 7. Oh, there it is. I got the 11th overall, and I got number 43. So we had 3 picks in the top 43. Let's see your polls. Some 17% say A. 37% so far coming in with B. 30% at C, and 14 with a D. 14% of you are haters. Spitting straight hate at your boy.
Or someone else vote C. Quick, break the tie.
Boomtown says D+, but in 2028, when we make the playoffs for the first time in 18 years, A+. So, Nate, according to Boom, we have both gotten to the Jets into the playoffs 4 seasons from now.
That's because Boom knows it's all about coaching. And that shit don't matter.
It'll be the greatest 50th birthday present ever. I will turn 50 in October of 2028. It'll be a great pick. Great time. All right, we'll end the poll right now. Nate,
Bless you.
let's see the grades. Ooh, didn't like Walker, huh? Both of our second picks got bad grades.
Mike Green they liked. Walker they did not like. Lot B+. Trey Harris B-. Ferguson C. Colby C-. McCord A-. Kelly Arnold B+. Mickens B+. Total B+. Top 49%.
Good job, Bomber, not betting.
2,
Good
4,
job not betting, Bomber.
6, 8, 9 guys out of it.
Yep. Demetrius Knight Jr. What position is Knight Jr.?
They had Shador going 1.
Man, Abdul Carter going to pick before is going to hurt.
Yeah, that would suck if that happened in real life.
Bomber, this is better than any bet. This is better than any cash. I was right. Thank you. That means the world to me. The chat will never tell me that. You have just gone to my favorite chatter this evening. All right. Awesome. Well, we both got B pluses, right?
Yep.
All right. All right. Well, Nate, thank you. I appreciate you coming on.
It's a good time.
You available next Thursday
Most
instead of
likely
Wednesday?
this time.
I know your work.
Yeah. As of right now, yeah, I don't have anything. No, we're just doing this SNL 50th
Or we could do
anniversary
later
thing,
next
which-
Wednesday. I'm gonna have.
No, Thursdays. I mean, either one's at night is good.
Okay, then we'll do Thursday because I got the Buffalo Jet fan coming on with me Wednesday next week. So I'll have him on next Wednesday, and you guys can watch him and I take our victory lap over being right about Rodgers not being retained, and that'll be a fun show for everyone.
I already saw Rob V's victory lap. I don't need anyone else's victory lap.
Yeah, that victory lap was the most violent victory lap, though.
That's good. All right.
That wasn't a victory lap. That was more like a drive-by shooting.
I love Rob V. I miss him in the chat. All right. I'll see you guys.
All right, buddy.
Next
Thank you so
Thursday.
much. We'll see you next week.
Peace out, y'all.
Later, pal. Thank you for being patient in the back. Next, we got Wyatt. What's up, buddy?
Howdy, I didn't expect to be pulled in that fast. Shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like you clicked in right as we started doing the mock, and I wanted to rip through that. I appreciate you waiting.
I would have been there sooner, but today was a special day. I cooked in my barracks for the first time. Definitely not legal, by the way.
You cooked?
Yeah, I made spaghetti.
It's the first time you cooked?
In the barracks, in here.
Okay.
I got tired of eating garbage.
All right. What have you been eating? Like
just fast food, man. The chow hall is like really low quality. Like the food they give you is dog shit.
Okay.
So I started eating fast food, which, believe it or not, is better for you than what they serve at the chow hall. The issue is, obviously, it's still not good for you. So I stepped on a scale today and I was 187. I like to be around 182. I've been working out, so the only thing I could really attribute it to is I'm eating like shit. So started cooking in here.
You're not allowed to?
You're not supposed to. Every Marine who stays in as long as I have does.
Okay. How many years are you in now?
4. Over 4.
All right. Good for you, man. God bless.
Yeah, made spaghetti. It was all right.
Can't mess up spaghetti. Like, the only way you mess up spaghetti is if you don't put enough water in and you burn it.
My mistake was I didn't use enough sauce, so I used more meat than sauce, and it didn't disperse right, and I used a little bit too much noodles, so there just wasn't enough sauce to noodle ratio. I still finished it.
All right. What type of spaghetti?
Just flour. I try to get whole wheat spaghetti, so just a whole wheat spaghetti I found that was imported from Italy. Because I was reading all the, I don't care that it was imported. I was reading the back, I wanted to see the extra ingredients. It was the only one I read where it was like flour, water, and like one other thing. And I was like, all right, that's what I'm looking for. I don't want all this shit that they put in American crap. So that's why I got that.
All right. Any garlic bread with it? Did you get wild?
No, I'm not that big of a chef. I did make a few mistakes. My biggest mistakes, I didn't cut up onions and put them into the sauce. So I should have sauteed onions first.
Oh, you made your sauce from scratch. Look at you. All right, that's a big jump.
I didn't put in onions or mushrooms, and I had both. I just forgot to saute them and put them in. So
Eddie says olive oil in the sauce and fresh garlic.
Yeah, dude, garlic makes everything better. Did you know back in the day, like in medieval times, it was like the poor man's seasoning. So if they called you a garlic eater, they're calling you a broke ass bitch.
I'm a broke ass bitch. I put
dude, garlic's amazing.
I don't use salt. I don't use salt. I'm
trying to decrease how much salt I eat. I'm trying to cut out butter, but I'm still not sure about butter. I've heard mixed things. So
there's been a lot of butter discussion lately in the world.
Tell you what, though, I'm not going to stop drinking whole milk.
Yeah, you're not going coconut milk?
I think like skim milk and like coconut milk and almond milk, those are all psyops. You drink whole milk or you don't drink anything.
Eddie with another good tip today. Get Celtic sea salt. Very good for you.
Okay, noted. Celtic sea salt. Is that like, would Himalayan sea salt be a good substitute? I've never seen Celtic sea salt.
Yeah, I've seen the pink Himalayan. My sister always has that. If I'm making a steak, I'll use salt. I'll use sea salt on a steak.
That's what I'm making tomorrow, a steak.
Nice.
Steak and potatoes.
Look at you now. Look at you.
Believe it or not, cheaper than fast food in California. So
I'm sure. What's your plan? Are you at the barracks? Are you getting stationed anywhere? Are they moving you around? Or are you just
probably another year in California. It all depends. I still haven't technically re-signed my contract. So in April, all the new duty stations come out. So I'm waiting for April to re-sign. If I do re-sign, I'm going to put in a package to be an officer. If that gets approved, I'll go to Quantico, Virginia, do all that training, and then God knows where they'll send me. Okay. I might not re-sign. I might just go to college in Cornell. So I don't know. No bad options.
All right. Good for you, man. We'll definitely keep us posted.
Also, I wanted to say about the Aaron Rodgers situation.
Shoot.
Because that's how we started the night. I was really against it until they put out the fact that what Glenn told him was it's either you get off the Pat McAfee show and you stay, or you go. And he chose to go. And I think that was like a really good move by Glenn because I think the biggest drawback to having Aaron was the fact he would go on to the Pat McAfee show and spout bullshit. So I like after hearing that, I fully support it. I was one of the guys who was pissed off he got rid of Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, I see people call me a homer, but I'm not a homer if I'm always looking at it from the best interest of the organization. I'm just not being a fan at that moment.
Yeah.
So I don't want my quarterback doing that. I don't want if I'm a new coach coming in, I don't want to have a guy who didn't win this past year being a bigger personality, being that big. And if you're gonna deal with that shit, you better win 13 games like you were doing in Green Bay every year. You know, you went 13-3, 13-3, 13-4 in the 3 years when LaFleur took over there. So you won
Yeah.
39 games in 3 years. You deal with that shit then.
Yeah.
But right now, 41 years old, it's not worth dealing with. And that's
Well, and
part of it.
especially
And everyone is
if he
just saying the stats, the 28 touchdowns. Okay, that's one positive. I can give you a dozen negatives. It doesn't
right.
balance out.
Well, and if he'd been here for 3 years, right, like, it'd be one thing, but Aaron Glenn just got here. He needs to establish a culture. It's hard to do that when you have one guy spouting
And
bullshit on the Pat McAfee show.
but it was today that there was no ultimatum given. They did come out with a story. I forget who did it, but somebody came out tonight saying there was no ultimatum given. There was
No.
no this or that given to him.
Either way, I fully support Aaron Glenn. And I
Yeah,
did want to say, like,
got
people
it.
were talking about I was listening to the Talking Jets with Green Bean Dom and Gunny. And
Yeah.
one of the things they said is like the Patriots have a very scary like coaching like room. I just wanted to point out to everybody, we have the number 1 ranked defensive coordinator and the number 2 ranked defensive coordinator by players last year. So players ranked their coaches on what they thought of them. Aaron Glenn was number 1, our defensive coordinator was number 2. So that says something to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I got you.
Like if you want to build a
Uh,
culture, that's how you do it.
yeah, yeah. The only great things have been said about Aaron Glenn, and I've said before, if he takes what he learned from Parcells and from Sean Payton and others, and mixes that in with his personality, we could have ourselves a really good coach.
I hope so, man.
But
We
Wyatt,
Jets fans
awesome.
deserve it.
We do. We really do, man. But as always, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in, and good luck with the steak tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
All right. Be good, buddy. Talk soon.
Have a good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the show, the end of Thursday Night Throwdown. I thank you all for being here. Drop your what did we learns. Do it quickly. Because your boy is tired. Thank you to Jake and Addison for trying to give the super chat. Big fella for super chat. Jack Skellington for his super chat earlier. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to check again and see if that attached to anyone yet, Addison. Nothing yet. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and then I'll check it to see if another name popped in. So tonight's easy. Franklin was the only one. Thank you, Stack. That's a good one. Tonight, Stack learned that Nick and Nate are B+ guys. And right now, me and Nate are both punching the air because we've never viewed ourselves as equals. Tom, I learned I need to see Lane's mock draft next week. Clancy, I think we learned that we're pretty with the mocks. Nice. Bomber, I subscribed to Infrared Show already, man. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you subscribing here. Alan, YouTube TV and CBS better not F up my March Madness viewing. Nice. Awesome. All right. If there's no more comments and no more callers, Bomber, I learned that the Jets will be just fine without Rodgers. There you go. That's what I like. All right. Boomtown, drop it, please. What did you learn today? It's always great to hear what Boomtown learned. Tomorrow night, I'm not doing a show tomorrow. I will be off until Sunday night. Nikki will be with me on Saturday. He'll be here Sunday, but I'll probably do maybe a short show, hour and a half on Sunday night. And then he's got no school on Monday. He'll be here with me Sunday night as well. He will be bringing his Xbox again. So we talked about that today. His Xbox will be here Saturday night and Sunday, and then Monday for a little bit during the day. So for any of you looking to game, he will be down, and maybe we can link up in the Discord, and perhaps I can beat some of you in Madden or college football. I'm talking to you, 25. You talk a lot of shit. Ladies and gentlemen, Boomtown learned Nick had cream spinach for dinner. Nick becomes dumber when Nate joins the show. Jeffrey needs his ass wiped clean. There are always 69 very committed shiners, night in and night out. Bonus, Nate's hat looks like dog shit, according to Nick. Stiggers and Biggers would be unstoppable for the Jets. Fans will look back in 2025 fondly at Nate's picks lead the Jets to glory in 2028. Double bonus. If Bobby performs half as good as Lane's impression of him at work, he's going to be Employee of the Month forever. Reviewing the tape, Nick said, "Give me Trey Harris's size. Hashtag sabotage." Could have had an A-. Thank you, Boom. Appreciate you. Tom Ace, where are we going for Valentine's Day? Wherever you want, buddy. Big fella, I learned we got 5 wins for a $49 million cap hit. That is rough. It's rough. Triple bonus, D+ today, A+ in 2028. Ray is live from Woodbridge, less than half a mile from me. Drive past his house every day. Mess. We learned we will not make the playoffs for 10 years with that draft. Damn, bro. Why the fuck you coming in so gangster for? Damn. Ease up, man. Put the blade away. Nobody's gonna slice my throat like that. Thought you were my boy, Blue. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for watching. I thank you all for your continued support. You guys are awesome. For those of you that are single, maybe we will do a show tomorrow night. We'll do the single guys show on Valentine's Day night. It'll basically be like every other night here. Same amount of people. But it would be great to have 69 of us together on Valentine's Day. That would be awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. You are the awesome chat. If you haven't already, hit the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe. And I leave you with the great soothing sounds of Blitz BK. And it's almost Valentine's Day. 4 minutes. Maybe stick around. They'll be surprised at the end.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Hey, Shiners. It's a party. My house. Discord party.
Blitz got beat.
Yo, we at Sean's crib about to turn up. Music bumping, party jumping. Please someone fill my cup. We greet each other. Merry Christmas! And let the Jets suck while Bobby yells at Stanley. Shut the fuck up. Then Gary intervenes and tells them don't be mean. Eat a stick of butter every day and you'll be lean. Then Santa runs off. I hope he left some gifts because Bobby scared him off. He's on the naughty list. This whole party's lit. Nate Clancy, many more, we hardly fit. And Addison and Weeds bought that Marley spliff. I lick on my lips cause old Jenna G make my heartbeat skip. Damn, Charles Gorman, was that a rip. Too much egg in you know the hot dog and chips. Now I want my dip. Tell me where the hell is Santa? He ran so quick. I checked the bathroom and oh shit.
Welcome, my friends, it's a shine time, it's time to talk about the Jets. Don't you know it's shine time, it's shine time, time to be with my friends. Hey, have you seen my toe?
It's got me.
Gentry covered in football. Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime as Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, so get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
All right. Tom Ace, you want a version for every holiday? I got you covered right now, buddy. With Valentine's Day here in just 30 seconds, we will do a Mikey Mayhem version of a Valentine's Day song. I love all you guys, but not in a gay way. I just want to say happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, Mikey